Hi, good afternoon, everyone. How are you guys going? Long time, I know we haven't been on. I've been on since last week when it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I haven't been on with you guys. So I know some of you are wondering what is going on with me. So I came to give you all an update on what's happening with Constructive Talk. All right. So good afternoon once again. It's afternoon in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know what time it is where you are in the world, but it is afternoon at this time in Trinidad and Tobago. And so, what I want to talk to you all about, I'm not going to stay long. I'm not going to be long with you. I just want to give you all some update on some stuff and chat with you guys about some things that I think I need to give you all some information on. Okay, so you all were not seeing me on Facebook and on YouTube because the platform that I would normally use to broadcast on, which is vMix, has expired on me. So I have to purchase the vMix platform to be able to broadcast properly. Properly. Objective word is properly. Remember I showed you guys some time ago what was happening, our viewership. And I showed you an email that I also would have gotten from YouTube telling me that, our platform is growing and it is one that has potential to be one of the best platforms in the Caribbean. So yes, I'm addressing why I wasn't on, what happened on Wednesday and Thursday. I'm addressing that. So if you're now joining me, just sharing with those of you who are on the live with me why I wasn't on with you guys for those days. So I would have shared with you a while ago that one of the reasons why I wasn't on is because the platform that I would normally broadcast from has expired. So I need to buy the platform. All right, I need to buy the software in order to be on that platform. All right, that's one. Two, so that's something that I need to get done ASAP in order for you guys to be able to see the videos and stuff like that, hear me properly, see me properly, and stuff like that. So I need to get that platform up and running. So I have to purchase it. It's 100 US. All right, it's 100 US for the platform. So it's something that I'm looking at getting it, trying to solicit the funds to get. That's one. Two, we've spoken to you guys in October, November month about us helping persons who are in need for Christmas. And I am still on that venture. I'm still looking for your help. What I want to do is that we want to help at least 50 families, starting with 50 for the Christmas. What we want to do also is to buy the stuff in bulk. All right. I can't use OBS on the laptop that I have. All right. I tried OBS. There are some technical difficulties on OBS that I can't use OBS. And OBS is not a friendly. It's not technically friendly where I could put up the number to run up under the screen and do different things. I have real issues with OBS. Real issues with OBS. So I tried OBS already. All right. So I'm not going to go back there with OBS because OBS is a very difficult site to work with for me. As I said in media, I grew up on vMix. Right? So that's why I grew up on Vmix. I didn't grow up on OBS in media. So what I'm saying to those of you, you're trying to gather to buy stuff in bulk for persons who are unable to purchase stuff for the holidays, the Christmas. Some people say why Christmas? Because it's a family time. And you know, we trying I'm trying to see how best we can do that. So for those of you who want to assist, the number to call or to WhatsApp, the better thing to do is to WhatsApp the number on 1868 464 7003. 1868 7003. All right. So for those of you who are now joining the live, good afternoon. And again, so I'm giving you all an idea of what's happening with me and why you are not able to see me on Wednesday and on Thursday. So the platform that I normally would broadcast from has expired. All right. What I'm doing now is that I'm looking to purchase another platform. So I need your assistance where that is concerned. And also, I'm doing this to remind you guys that we have a project that we agree on as a platform, as Constructive Talk family. We have agreed that we are going to help persons for the holidays, and we want to buy up the food stuff in bulk so that we can assist the families at the earliest time. Okay, so that is what I'm working on. I know again some of you miss me on the platform, but I'm right here. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm right here. I am going to see if I can do a program this evening. All right, I'm going to try to see if I can do a program this evening with you guys, and so you can let persons know that they can join me later on this evening at 8 o'clock, where we will be discussing what's going on in Tobago. We're going to be discussing what's going on in Trinidad and, by extension, the world. I got a video today from a young lady in America, and she gives a different perspective on what is happening in Venezuela. And also, you know, I would have said to myself, wow, this is interesting. So I'm going to play that for you. We're going to also be looking at gaslighting. What is gaslighting? And is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago gaslighting us? You know what I mean? So that's another thing that we're going to be looking at. Gaslighting. Is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago gaslighting the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? That's something that we're going to be looking at. Cool? So this evening program is geared to really be very interesting. Really, really interesting. Right? This evening program is geared to be very, 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 very interesting. I want you to be a part of it. Tell your friends and your family to join me this evening as we look into some of the things that's going on in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm going to share with you a discussion I would have had at the barber shop. So this weekend I went to the barber shop and listening and having discussions with persons in the barber shop. And Trinidad and Tobago, we in a real different situation, you know. Because talking to people in the barbershop opened my eyes to realize that what you might be fighting for or willing to fight for, other persons are not, you know. Other persons are not willing to fight for what you are willing to fight for. Understand that. So while I sat down in the barbershop, I was listening to people talk and their concerns and different things. What stood out for me was the discussion or the attitude about the 5%, maybe 10%. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to talk to you about it. I'm going to share with you my experience talking to persons at a barber shop about the 10%. It was really it was just one person mainly, yeah. But and then I listened to some young people also talk about the 1%, the 5%. I keep saying 1.5, the 10%, and it's interesting to hear the views of those young people. So this evening we're going to look into that. We're going to talk about that, and it's going to be one thing after the next. All right. What's I'm going to say? There are most things you hear in the barber shop. In the barber shop, yeah. But that's how a barber shop is a place where men would sit and talk. You know, it's a place where men talk. Good afternoon, Pastor Google, and all on the live. Miss you on Wednesday and Thursday. I know I just explained why I wasn't on. The platform that I broadcast from has expired, so I'm trying to sensitize you guys to it so that we can put together to purchase it. You know, put together something to purchase the platform that I normally would broadcast from. Yeah, so to the person we're talking is nobody barbershop. Yeah, the barbershop is a place that I would sit down and talk to people. Hear how people feel, hear how people think, hear how people, and I'm saying to you, hey, hold up. Don't think that there are persons out there who are ready or in some way, you know, hey, this thing is different out there. Or they calling for protest. It might just be me alone outside there protesting. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, it is going to be an interesting time. People are worried. People in Tobago are talking about the radar. What's going on with that radar in Tobago? Why is Farley so quiet about the radar in Tobago? It's something that people are wondering. Farley said that he didn't know anything about any radar. Another in the sense of he didn't know that it would have been a military radar. Some people thought it was just a radar for like as the Prime Minister would have said, you know. I don't know. Prime Minister said that the radar was to be able to pick up on narcotics and stuff like that might be on the border coming in to Trinidad. Who is going to be manning that radar? Who is manning that radar right now? Is that radar only for America to man the borders or whatever? Who is being trained to man those radars? Those are the questions that we need to be asking. So they're saying that Tobago, all right. So they're saying that Tobago is is one area or one spot where the radar is going to be picking up. So they have to put, because there's a blind spot, so they have to now put another radar in San Fernando or in South, somewhere in South. Right? Somewhere in South, they're going to put the next radar. My thing is, who is going to be manning these radars? Did they train in our military staff to man those radars? All right? Okay, so you tried to convince us that the radars are for narcotics when it coming in. Okay, all right. You really think that Venezuela is going to believe that? You really think that the people in Venezuela is going to believe that that radar is just going to be there to pick up narcotics when it's coming in? You have sold us that dream that the reason why you all are out there is because of narcotics and you all are clamping down on narcotics. But do you really think that when we listen to what's happening in America and the news in America, when we listen to what's happening with the news in Venezuela, do you really think that we should believe you? Huh? You really think so? So those are some of the questions, those are some of the things that we're going to be looking at. I'm going to be talking about this evening on Constructive Talk. But my main reason for coming on at this time, 1:27 in the afternoon, is to let you guys know that we're still doing our hamper drive to help 50 families in Trinidad. And we're asking for your support and your help. All right, so I'm asking for your support and your help where that is concerned. So I'm asking you to please call us on 464-7003, 464-7003 as we get our hamper drive in place. And also, the platform that I would normally do my broadcast on is costing me $100 US. $100 US. So this evening, yes, I'm gonna try to do a broadcast. Try. It may not be of the standard and of the class and quality that you all are accustomed to, but just because I want to maintain my presence on social media with you guys, we're going to do what we have to do. I'm seeing a lot of persons coming on the live. I've already reached 129 current viewers, and the persons who are looking at me without subscribing to the page, 261. Yeah, that's how it goes on Constructive Talk. So yeah, I just really came on to talk to you all a little bit about what's going on Trinidad and Tobago. What's going on? Murders are still happening. Nobody knows what the murder tool is. The correct murder tool, I should say it that way. Nobody have a clear idea of what the correct murder tool is in Trinidad and Tobago. Nobody. Anybody knows out there? If you know, just type it in the chat. If you know what the correct murder tool is, type it in the chat now and let me know. All right, who is paying for those readers and how much do they cost? Interesting question. That's a good question you have asked. Maybe somebody in well, we do have a Ministry of Communication, Information or Communication, so maybe somebody in the ministry might be able to answer that. And I don't think that there is no Ministry of Information or Communication there, because the Prime Minister is the one that would have given or formulated or coordinated the board for TTT. So the remit of TTT falls under the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. All right, somebody saying, wouldn't that money could have been used to employ CPEP and URP displaced workers? Interesting. More than 365. Somebody is saying where the tool is more than 365. Somebody is saying, I miss you when you are not there, Pastor Google. What makes the murder tool so important? You all have to stop this. Okay. Interesting. We do not want no war. Interesting. Well, unless we all okay. Hi, 29 something. All right, so those of you who messaging any message board, I'm seeing some of your messages. Somebody's responding. You used to say, hallelujah, the PLM was the in government. I hear you. Yep. So yeah, people are still wondering, what is the murder toll? Even though there are some persons who find that it shouldn't be a topic, it shouldn't be an issue. Mind your business. Forget about that. But when the PNM was in office, the murder toll was an issue. The murder toll was front page. It used to be in the top right-hand corner of some newspapers. It used to be the morning shows. Every morning show, you would hear, this is not 1962, and the murder toll was the next thing that was coming out of persons' mouths. But we don't say that anymore. We don't say that this is not 1962. You know what I mean? We don't say that anymore. And we don't know what is the murder toll anymore. We have no idea. Do you have an idea what the murder toll is? And somebody told me it was more than 300 and something just now. We still in 300? Interesting. Somebody's saying what? I'm sure you were in your glee when these were 674 murders, when there were 674 murders, and now you don't want to discuss that. Yep, a lot of people don't want to discuss it. A lot of people prefer that it stays under the radar. But there are so much things happening. Sometime this week, we should know what's going on with the Tobago elections. And also, sometime this week, we should know if public servants are going to get the back pay. In order for them to get the back pay, or little forget, in order for them to get the back pay, the government has to come back to Parliament. Right? So, in order for them to get the back pay. So, the 156 of you, you can click like, please. Just click the like button so that, I can get a little rating. Some more, 60 of you, 160. Click the like button so that I can get a little rating from you guys. So again, I'm just sharing with you guys what's happening with me, and if you're not joining me and you want to know what's going on, so I really did this live really to encourage you guys to let's start to make our contributions towards the Hamper Drive 1868 464 7003 1868 464 7003. Please message WhatsApp the number to let me know if you are willing to help us with our Hamper Drive for the holidays. Number one. Number two. All right, and number two, the platform that I normally would broadcast from has expired. So I am looking to get the platform back up and running. So the platform is costing $100 US. So we're going to see how best we can work on that and get it going. All right. I'm seeing people joining me on Facebook. Let me say good afternoon to my Facebook people. So somebody is saying not everybody getting the back pay. Ian Allen had the figures up daily. Now it's not moving on his show. There's somebody who told me that, There was a friend of mine, he said to me, but, Brethren, what's going on with Mr. Allen? Because it apparently the monotone is not moving on his page. That's something that's interesting. Somebody saying, I will like them to separate the murder rate. I need to, okay. You're asking for plenty. Somebody saying, Ian, stop counting. Hey, only I did not come to be laughing like this on the page. Oh, let's stop it. Stop it. Only making me laugh. This is a serious business. Stop making me laugh. We're talking serious things here. Let's get back to somebody say, Ian, stop counting, yes? Hey, only that nice. Oh gosh! All right. Okay, let me stop. Let me don't watch that message board, else I'm gonna lose focus. So what I really came to talk about again is that we are getting ready with our hamper drive. Yes, we get back. Focus, Google. So we're getting ready to go to do our hamper drive, Constructive Talk hamper drive, Christmas hamper drive. I'm asking you to contribute. Please call 1-868-464-7003. Message for 1-868-1868. You're messaging 1-868-464-7003. Message that number. Let me know if or when you are available to make your contribution. Now, number 2, the reason why you haven't seen me Wednesday and Thursday is because the platform that I would have normally used has expired. So I have to find $100 to pay for the platform. All right. I am doing a show this evening. I'm trying to do a show on Tuesday. If I don't get the platform, then I will have to stop again until I will be able to get the platform up and running properly. All right. So somebody's saying, Pastor Google, I will you price peace. Oh, okay. I will. Okay. Blessings. All right. I'm seeing the numbers going up on the live. I don't want the numbers to go up, and then you know what I mean. So, 2 things. 1, our hamper drive for Christmas. We want to buy stuff in bulk and give it out. Number 2, the platform that I would use to broadcast on has expired. I'm using a makeshift, so I'm asking you guys if you can assist. The platform costs $100. Okay, so blessings, Trinidad and Tobago, and people. Okay. Pastor, time to get some advertisers. Yes. Yep, it's time. But in the meanwhile, those of you who like the page, like the content, you know what I mean? Only could contribute, man. You know what I mean? You all can contribute. Let's not let this good information and good platform go to waste. Somebody saying, how we donating? WhatsApp me. Just WhatsApp me on 46. Okay, let me put the number in the chat. All right, so you're WhatsApping me on 1-868. All right, 464-7003. WhatsApp me on that number. You can WhatsApp me now on that number, and I will respond to you. All right, WhatsApp me now on that number. Those of you who want to contribute towards the platform, towards getting the VMix, all right, you can WhatsApp me, and we will be in contact to be able to do what we have to do. All right. Anything else?
right? Anything else? Nobody have anything else? Ooh, Trinidad and Tobago. Those of you who are living outside of Trinidad and Tobago, it's an interesting time living in this country right now. This place is so still. Trinidad is so still. You have no idea how this place is so still. It's like everybody just like sitting ducks, waiting to see what is going to happen. Honestly, you know. Honestly, that is exactly how this country is feeling. Like, if here we're going on now, what could happen tomorrow? What will you wake up on tonight? What we could hear Donald Trump saying. Later on today, what we could hear the Prime Minister saying. Okay, Fali is saying nothing really, you know, and we are all like sitting ducks, waiting. Somebody's asking me, Pastor Google, hon, how long the 100 US lasts for the until lifetime. It's a lifetime payment. It's a one-time payment for a lifetime. It's a lifetime payment. All right, 100 US, and that's it. I will die and go, and my son will be able to use it. That's how long it will be last for. If I could have got the engineer on the phone, he would tell you also that the payment is a one-time payment for life. All right, it's a one-time payment for life. Yeah. Why is that the Prime Minister should focus? Somebody say the Prime Minister should focus on college. Hey, that. Let me ask you something. I want to ask you all honestly. You all think if the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago were to call an election, what month we in? December, January, February, March. Next, let's say April. You think Trinidadians ready for a general election? You think Trinidadians ready to vote? You think CPEP people ready to vote? You think UR people ready to vote? You think people ready to vote? Because I'll tell you something, I said it earlier on. I sat down in a barber shop, and what I was hearing people saying in the barber shop, I am not so sure that Trinidadians are ready to vote. That's my question. That's my question. Do you think that Trinidad and Tobago, people in Trinidad and Tobago ready to vote? That's my question. Do you think that people are, after 7 months of the UNC, do you think that people, because if I could do a survey, you know, go on the streets and do a survey and ask the people on the street. Somebody saying no, while 2 persons said yes. Somebody saying no, and next person say, okay, yes, I ready since April 28th. Somebody say, we ready since April 29th. I hear you. You all might be ready. But do you think that other persons are ready to vote? So that's a conversation we can have later on this evening too. If you think that people are ready to vote. If an election is called. Okay? Felicia gets you, let me say Felicia gets you back pay. Public servants get you back pay. And they get They get whatever. You think public servants go and vote against Ms. Bisasa? Somebody say in a normal country, election should be called. We have gone too far with government. Okay. I hear you. Cool. After all they watch them fellas and eating pizza, will they really feel black people ready to vote by? Because somebody's saying especially black citizens, are they ready to vote? That's the question. You eating pizza in St. Vincent, in St. Lucia, you know? Them eating pizza in St. Lucia, them ready to vote? Oh, yeah. Somebody saying, if Trinidad is still an island, well, you can answer that for yourself. Google that. Many of those public servants have family and friends who are balling, unemployed. Rent increase, everything going up. Carnival what? Being stooped. Suffered, okay. Okay. I don't know, but I hear you, but somebody asked a question just now there, and it's that's the question we should be asking. The person asks about black people. The person said, especially black citizens, are they ready? Half of them PSA workers will lose their jobs after getting their back pay. Dr. Rowley said that. Somebody say yes, but who are they voting in as the next PM? Okay. Hi. Somebody say good day, Pastor G, and viewers, greetings to all. Not seeing you, Pastor G, Pastor Google, only hearing. You're not seeing me, only hearing me? What are you saying? You're not seeing me, only hearing me? Well, that's, I don't know. I see, I watching and reading the comments on YouTube, and I seeing me? Okay, I don't know. Anybody else not seeing me? Where is the leader of the PNM? I ain't doing. I what? Okay. Yep. Somebody said seeing fine. So I don't know. Somebody saying that they're not seeing me. Not seeing you, Pastor G. Pastor Google. Only hearing. Okay. Somebody said seeing fine. Somebody said what? Oh gosh, eat our food, people. Always ready to eat. I hear you. Yes, so if you're not seeing me, just tell me if you're not seeing me on the live, because somebody just indicated that they're not seeing me, only hearing me. I don't know. Am I so black that you're not seeing me? No, I'm just asking. So if you're not joining me on the live and you want to know what we're talking about or what is this about, why am I live at this time? 1, I will be on this evening from 8 o'clock. 2, I came on to talk about our Hamper drive and letting you know that you can be a part of our Hamper drive. Please indicate, please send a message to 464-7003, 7003. Area code is 1868 1868. All right. Okay, and also I'm asking for assistance to purchase the VMix program that I normally would use to go live with. So if you can assist me, it's 100 US. So I'm asking for your assistance so that is concerned. All right. So later will be greater. Later will be greater. See you at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock this evening on Constructive Talk. Thank you very much for logging on.